same way we talking about wiping away a statue, wiping away a school, how come we can't wipe that away but then replace it with, by the way, black men built this. By the way, Central Park used to be a black town that they flooded. Let's replace it with real deal history that they don't teach. I don't want to hear about the one slave master that did all this stuff. I want to hear about the slaves and what they built and where they built it, and the fact that the White House is actually built by black people. I want to know that this is actually made by black people. Replace it. Put a stoplight someplace and say this was done by black folks. Don't put a statue of a man who had killed a bunch of slaves. I want to replace the history with actual history that gives me ownership and something I want to be home. I don't want to be.
But wouldn't that also be okay? So wouldn't you also want to say, okay, well, this guy was General blah 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 in the army, but wouldn't you want to add on to that versus take it away? This was a statue that was put here, blah blah blah. However, history was not written. Was written. A lot of our history was incorrect whenever it was written in the history books. This is what really happened. He did this, but he did this on the back of slaves. He had this many amount of slaves. They came in, blah, 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 400 or 500 from the Blood Ever Sea and got shipped in on the bottom of buses or the bottom of ships and stuff like that. Wouldn't you want to, if it's going to be history, that is a part of history still, wouldn't you want to add on to get the full picture of history?
No, not the slave owner. I'd rather see the slave, not the slave owner. Show me. I'd rather go research the slave owner.
I understand where your story is coming from. Why would I want it? But that's still, by having that statue up, that's still celebrating that part of it. Because if that's the case and you're going to do that, then you have to celebrate all of it. There's a lot of, I mean, if you're doing that, now you got to go back and you got to start talking about World War I and World War II. And now you got to talk about the American Revolution, which all was won because black folks got involved. The American Revolution was almost lost because they offered black people freedom.
United
so they started
States
fighting for the British.
Right.
And then they had to get black people to go over to pretend and then get them back over here for them to win.
Yeah.
World War I and World War II was because of black people. Every major change that's come has been because of black folks.
United States, Louisiana Purchase.
Identity. It's about changing the mentality of a people, a system that was designed to say there are people that are workers and there are people that are owners. That's what it's always been about.
Well, I feel. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, we have access to more. We have more people that have had better education. We have better jobs. We don't work the jobs that most Mexicans you see working that'll do the field jobs and the other jobs. And we actually have actual jobs. We can go sit at desks and wear good clothes and all that now. But we don't have anything as far as being able to have giving back to our communities, a structure put in place where we bring the next person in, bring the next person up, and we all strive together till that person gets done. And when they go out and they grab somebody else, and they continue to do that. We had to do that then because of the necessity to survive. We've actually have gotten a lot lazier in the time that as we've gotten in this generation and the other ones in, because we don't strive like that. Like our parents were taught, you learn from your elders and you reach back and you give to the next generation. We don't actually give back as much as our parents did for us because we're too busy trying to figure shit out and trying to survive.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird connection.
I feel like this. I have to agree with LM because I think that a lot of things that are up that we're saying as a black culture, take it down, let's not, whatever the case is. Okay, I get it. A lot of things should be taken down. But we need to know this because like LM said, this is our history. So this is something we need to teach our children. So even when you say, well, I think it should be replaced and say, okay, black men built this statue. Well, keep this up at Stone Mountain. This is a conversation piece and a learning lesson for my children, for my grandchildren. They did this. But you know what? While this was going on, honey, if we walk over here to the side of the park, you can see that in turn we did this and this and that. We fought this man and his people